Good morning, guys. Miss Beecraft here for lesson number 3 for your MYP personal project. Today we're talking about reflection, refining, and research. So we're going to reflect on your first supervisor meeting feedback. We're going to refine your learning and product goal, and we're going to start discussing how you research your sources. So just as a reminder, throughout this process, we're going to use a lot of these approaches to learning or ATL skills. And there's 5 categories of ATL skills: thinking skills, social skills, communication, self-management, and research. And those big categories are broken down into clusters. And so today we're focusing on self-management, and specifically we're going to focus on reflection and the role of reflection. And then we're also going to just start research skills and looking at information literacy. Just as a reminder of why you should persevere with this personal project and why it's so beneficial and a unique experience at Seneca, you can earn 0.5 elective credit on your transcript. It will say MYP Research Seminar, which looks so impressive when colleges look at your transcript. You have something unique to talk about in an interview for a job or for a college application. It helps you build your toolbox if you're thinking, and hopefully you are, about IB courses in 11th and 12th grade and continuing in IB, maybe with the diploma program or the career-related program. It's a great place and an opportunity to build your skills. It helps you build those skills also in something that you enjoy, right? You are choosing your personal project. So the skill development is within something that you hopefully enjoy and is a real world task. And then lastly, you can earn 20 SSL hours upon completion of the project. So there's lots of benefits. So stick with me. So we've done a lot so far. We've brainstormed, you've done a proposal, you've met with your supervisor, and now we're at this point where we're reflecting, we're refining our ideas, and we're starting our research. Next week, we'll have another lesson, and we're going to continue that research and start thinking about success criteria. How are you going to evaluate your own success on your personal project? So remember, our goal for this is to take your passion, your interests, your hobbies, extracurriculars, and narrow them down into a learning goal and to a product, right? To formalize things that you enjoy doing. And so our learning goal is just what skills or knowledge will you learn by the completion of the product? Your product is what you actually are going to produce. So this could be a video, a journal, an art piece. I have a whole list of products if you're feeling stuck on that part, or you can always come visit me and I'll help you kind of brainstorm that piece. So for example, the example we used in last advisory that Ms. Beecraft wants to grow tomatoes, my learning goal, what I'm learning, the skill I'm taking away is how to grow tomatoes. My product is successfully growing 3 different types of tomatoes. It's actually producing the tomatoes is my product. So today we're going to take a minute, we're going to reflect. What feedback did you receive from your supervisor? If you did not meet with your supervisor, you'll indicate that on your assignment and we'll provide support. And then we're going to refine. How are you planning on editing, updating, or maybe redoing your learning goal and product? And so we want to capture that based on your reflection of, okay, where are we going now with your personal project? And then we're going to start just a little bit of research today. So in order to pursue your learning goal and your product, you're going to need to complete some research on your product or on your topic, So on our scale of Davids, how does research make you feel? I'm hoping not number 5, but I know that research sometimes is a scary word and you're not quite sure what it is, how to do it. If you're doing it correctly, it might make you a little apprehensive. And so I want to just remind you and think about, when have you researched during your life? Take a second and just think about, when have you researched during your lifetime? You do it every day. So every time that you go to Google because you want to check a recipe, every time you are on TikTok and you have to look up the references they're making in a video, every time you watch a YouTube video because you need to fix something on your phone, that is research. It's informal research. So for our personal project, we're going to formalize it a bit and we'll walk you through all that steps. But you really do research in your everyday life all of the time. And so we're going to work on it. It is not a scary skill. We're just going to formalize it and really direct it to make it your personal project possible. So we're working towards 2 research skills: a bibliography, that information literacy that we mentioned, that ATL skill, and then source evaluation. So developing information and media literacy skills. We're not there yet. That's what we're going to work towards next week. Today, to start, you're just going to start with brainstorming topics you need to research. So what do you need to know to start your personal projects? And then we're just going to do a simple Google search. So for example, with my tomato one, I'm trying to grow tomatoes. So things I would need to research: soil and water requirements for growing in a greenhouse, different types of tomatoes, the timeline for growing tomatoes, right? Those are just some of my starting ideas of things I would need to research in order to start my project. If you were looking at a learning goal of hip hop elements and video, or excuse me, hip hop lyrics and video elements is what you want to learn, and you're going to produce a video showing hip hop lyrics and video elements and how they've changed over time, you would need to research different hip hop artists, different styles of videography and lyrics used in hip hop. And you would also need to know how to create and edit a video if you haven't done that before. So those would be the beginning topics that you would start brainstorming that you need to know before you are able to complete that personal project. So after you brainstorm what you need to research, then you're just going to start with a simple Google search. So today, for the rest of advisory, you're going to complete 8.3, advisory lesson number 3, reflect, refine, and research. It's a Google form. It's going to walk you through the reflection, the refining of your learning goal and product goal, and help you brainstorm your topics to research, just a list like I just showed you for the 2 examples. And then you're just going to Google and find at least one source and copy just the link. Literally copy the link from the website and put it in the Google form. And then next week, we'll talk about how to cite it correctly in a bibliography. Just as a reminder, you always have me as a support. I'm in room 1107. I'm also happy to write passes for academic support. If you are stuck and you don't know what your product or learning goal is, or you need any help, I'm here. Miss Little Cook is also a wonderful resource. She's our media center specialist. If you need any help with your research, she is your go-to person in the school building. So stop by the center to see her. She will also meet with you during academic support if you need any help. And then remember, you have a supervisor. So always feel free to reach out to your supervisor for additional supports. Now go into the Canvas module and make sure you're working on 8.3 for the remainder of the advisory period. Thanks so much, guys. Hi guys, sorry, one more thing before you go. I just want to make sure that everybody knows where all our materials are located. So in our MYP personal project classroom, we have an overview of the project, the requirements, a link to all the modules, and a link to the list that has all the supervisors and the room numbers in case you need to find your supervisor, you want to stop by for extra help, or you lose your pass next advisory support period. Then down here, this is really the most important part. So each advisory lesson, all the materials, the assignments are here, and then anything to support you is down here. So the slides, the lesson on demand, which is a complete video explaining the entire lesson. If you miss your advisory class for a day, an example of the form. So whatever you're working on, I do an exemplar. So if you're not clear what I'm asking you can always check that out. And I do that for every single advisory. Same thing for the meetings are always in green. And then down here, here's where we're working today, advisory number 3. Here's the assignment. Here's the slides, the video. Here's that list of product ideas. Just I mentioned that earlier. It's just so that's handy in case you're still figuring that out. And then the supervisor list just to have it one more place for you guys to make it easy. I hope that helps. But again, if you have any other questions, my name is Ms. Beecraft. I'm room 1107A, which is right across from the main office. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.